I have awakened in thy shelter, oh my God, and it becometh him that seeketh that shelter to abide within the sanctuary of thy protection and the stronghold of thy defense. Illumine my inner being, O my Lord, with the splendors of the day spring of thy revelation, even as thou didst illumine my outer being with the morning light of thy favor. Illumine my inner being, O my Lord, with the splendors of the day spring of thy revelation, even as thou didst illumine my outer being with the morning light of thy favor, of thy favor, of thy favor, of thy favor, of thy favor. Not bad, Daryl, not bad.
Well, thank you, Tony.
Good morning, everyone. Aloha Pa. It's good to see all of you here. And let's see, we've got some folks here in the Zoom. And Jeremiah, could you put that in gallery just for a moment so we can see the names of those folks? Let's see, we've got Andy with us, and we've got Yuta. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning,
Yuta.
Terry.
Good morning, Terry.
Yuta.
It's good to see all of you. It's good to see all of you. And hello, everyone out there in our Facebook Zoom and our Facebook really stream. How you doing? I hope everyone is doing well. And we've got some folks in here. We've got David with us today. Good morning, David. How are you? And we've got Renee here. Renee, how you doing? You good? Great, great. Glad to hear it.
How are you doing, Tony?
You threw me off.
Maybe I shouldn't have asked.
I am doing well.
Okay,
I'm
that's
doing
good.
well. Normally, when I say I'm doing well, I say I'm doing well, and then I follow it with the complaint of the moment, which reminds me. No, I'm not going to put the complaint of the moment in. But Pauline is here with us in the Zoom. Good morning, Pauline. How are you?
Good morning.
It's good to see you.
And I'm doing well as well, thank you.
I didn't ask you.
I know.
Let's make it official.
That's why I shared that.
Let's make it
you.
official. How are you doing, Daryl?
I'm doing well.
Things are good. Great. So glad to hear that.
All right.
And as always, we like to start with a prayer. So, Daryl, if you'd be so kind.
Glorified out there, O Lord my God. I implore thee by the onrushing winds of thy grace, and by them who are the daysprings of thy purpose, and the dawning places of thine inspiration, to send down upon me and upon all that have sought thy face that which beseemeth thy generosity and bountiful grace, and is worthy of thy bestowals and favor. Poor and desolate I am, O my Lord. Immerse me in the ocean of thy wealth. Athirst, suffer me to drink from the living waters of thy loving kindness. I beseech thee by thine own self, and by him whom thou hast appointed as the manifestation of thine own being, and thy discriminating word unto all that are in heaven and on earth, to gather together thy servants beneath the shade of the tree of thy gracious providence. Help them to partake of its fruits, and incline their ears, to the rustling of its leaves, and to the sweetness of the voice of the bird that chanteth upon its branches. Thou art verily the help in peril, the inaccessible, the almighty, the most bountiful. This is a prayer by Baha'u'llah.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Well, as you know, if you've been joining us, we are studying the book, The Seven Valleys and the Four Valleys. Morning, Mike. How you doing? Seven Valleys and the Four Valleys, and we are deep into the throes of the last of the four
The fourth
valleys, the
valleys,
fourth
yes.
valley. And so we're making a prediction that we're going to finish this book today. Now, here's the thing. I mean, obviously, we don't like to drag things on. Well, you don't. I I sometimes like to delve a little deeper, which sometimes can be a bit time consuming, I'll admit. But yeah, I think we're gonna be finished with this book today. But I do want to, I'll go ahead and say it. Earlier, before we started, I was having a discussion with Daryl. And as I told him, and as I pointed out, I went to some other sources and got other information that gave us some insights into the four valleys. Because, as you know, with the seven valleys, we had a companion study guide book. We didn't have that with the four valleys. But there are some sources out there that you can consult with, or that you can access. And one of them actually came up with some questions uh, that I think that because we're finishing today, I'll try not to belabor this, but because we're planning to finish this today, some things I think we might want to consider, on a personal level, just on a personal level. Um, and one of those things, just to kind of, isn't actually a question, but it says implications for modern seekers. Maybe one of the first questions we need to ask ourselves is, you know, am I a seeker? Am I a seeker? Am I someone who either is or wants to prioritize the spiritual part of who I am and maybe do something on a spiritual level to strengthen myself spiritually? But here's something. It says implications for modern seekers. And admittedly, the language is a bit elevated. Okay. It says contemporary readers find in the Four Valleys a flexible roadmap that honors diverse spiritual callings. When I think of that, I think about having grown up Christian and how my father would take us to different churches and so forth. We went to one of the churches where people were a little more, a little more conservative, shall we say, and we had a very conservative minister who would basically, the sermon was always a lecture, but sometimes he would take us to these other churches where it was a totally different experience. The minister might be extremely dynamic. There would be people shouting and so forth and so on. Now, depending on your comfort zone, the question might be which of those is acceptable, which is correct. Is either of them unacceptable? Okay. It says here whether one leads toward, well, I brought that up because of, again, that this says this is a flexible roadmap that honors diverse spiritual callings. And it says whether one leads toward scholarly rigor, let's study it, intellectual analysis, heartfelt devotion. Maybe I'm not much of a reader, but I am deeply in love with God. Heartfelt devotion, or balanced integration where you interweave all of them. There is a valley to guide the journey. One of these valleys, there is a valley to guide the journey, and its universal principles encourage seekers to blend law, reason, and law, reason, and love, and fostering a more holistic spiritual development. And finally, there are five questions that you might want to consider. You might want to consider as we finish this, the study of this text, that you can just consider for yourself. Here's one: talking about divine law. How does following divine law reshape the seeker's relationship with God in the first valley? Because that's what it's about, learning and applying the law. Number two, in what ways does intellectual inquiry, maybe you're a student of the texts, the student of the holy writings, in what ways does intellectual inquiry deepen or hinder spiritual transformation in the second valley? And then the third is consider your personal experience. It says, describe a personal experience, whether it's real or imagined, of the ecstasy celebrated in the third valley, that just being in love with God. Describe or consider a personal experience, real or imagined, of the ecstasy celebrated in the third valley. Fourth question, and this is one that's really you need to think through. We need to think through all of them. We won't discuss them, but what challenges arise? What challenges arise when combining law, reason, and love as prescribed in the fourth valley, where you bring them all together? And finally, on a personal level, which valley most closely aligns with your spiritual temperament and why? Which valley? Maybe you are one of those people that likes the quiet, conservative, very serene and reverent types of, worship programs, services. Or maybe you're someone who wants to go to one of those places where, yes, it's a lot more dynamic. It's a lot. The point is, there is a way to have a closer walk, a spiritual walk, in a way that lines up with your spiritual temperaments. Good morning.
Good
How are you?
morning.
Glad you could join us. So I know I said I wasn't going to belabor that, but guess what I did?
You belabored it.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. So,
that's
Daryl,
that's
uh,
okay. I anticipated that you were
yeah,
going
well, the B in Ballard is for.
to.
Anyway, if you do have this particular text, we are on, again, we're coming near the end. We are going to finish this today because I'm going to try my best to reserve myself. Um, but we are on page 62. That second paragraph. Do you want to start on the second paragraph?
How crystal is cool water?
Yeah, and Daryl, please just read. Just read.
Sure.
Listen to the beauty of this. Listen to the beauty of this.
How crystal this cool water that the cupbearer bringeth. How bright this pure wine in the hands of the beloved. How delicate this draught from the heavenly cup. May it do them good, whoso drink thereof, and taste of its sweetness, and attain to its knowledge.
Uh,
It is not fitting that I tell thee more, for the stream's bed cannot hold the sea.
okay, Daryl, you've only read two paragraphs, but I'm sorry. To me, that first
I-
paragraph, I got to tell you, to me, that's a beautifully stated invitation.
Absolutely.
How crystal this cool water that the cupbearer bringeth. And who is the cupbearer?
Seeker.
No.
Oh, the cupbearer is God.
Yes, the cupbearer is
It's
God or the
capitalized.
manifestation of God, because we know this because it's
It's
capitalized.
capitalized.
How
Yeah, that's how we
crystal
know
this cool water that the cupbearer bringeth. How bright this pure wine in the hands of the beloved. Again, capitalize the beloved. How delicate this draught from the heavenly cup. May it do them good, whoso drink thereof, and taste of its sweetness and attain to its knowledge. To me, this is an invitation. And then that next thing you read, does it remind you of anything Jesus said? It is not fitting that I tell thee more, for the stream's bed cannot hold the sea. I have more to tell you, but you
but
cannot
not
bear
have.
it now.
That's right.
I'm done.
For the mystery of this utterance is hid within the storehouse of the great infallibility, and laid up in the treasures of power. It is sanctified above the jewels of explanation, It is beyond what the most subtle of tongues can tell. Astonishment here is highly prized and utter poverty essential. I'm going to read that one again. Astonishment here is highly prized and utter poverty is essential.
Mm.
Wherefore hath it been said, poverty is my pride. And again, God hath a people beneath the dome of glory, whom he hideth in the clothing of radiant poverty.
I see you're pausing.
Yeah, God hath a people beneath the dome of glory, whom he hideth in the clothing of radiant poverty.
Yeah, in several different places.
In
The Baha'u'llah writes the what one the poor among I know I'm mutilating this, but the poor among you are my trust. Guard ye my
yes,
trust.
yes.
And here it says, God hath a people beneath the dome of glory, whom he hideth in the clothing of radiant poverty.
And if you take that to the Bible, it would be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle.
Yes.
These are they who see with his eyes, hear with his ears, as it is written in the well-known tradition. Concerning this realm, there is many a tradition and many a verse of broad or special relevancy. But two of these will suffice to serve as a light for men of mind and heart. The first is his statement, O my servant, obey me, and I shall make thee like unto myself.
Mm.
I say, be, and it is. And thou shalt say, be, and it shall be. And the second, O son of Adam, seek fellowship with none until that thou hast found me. And whenever thou shalt long for me, thou shalt find me close to thee. Whatever high proofs and wondrous illusions are recounted herein concern but a single letter, a single point. Such hath been the way of God, and no change canst thou find in the way of God.
Okay, Daryl, I'm going to stop you there because there are a couple of things that you just read. That last thing you read being one of those, but the other, um, that first line when you in this section when you're reading, for the mystery of this utterance is hid within the storehouse of the great infallibility. The great infallibility. And there's a footnote here that says, because I wondered, what is the great infallibility? I know it's capitalized, and so that's obviously a reference to God or the manifestation of God, but it says here at the bottom, it's number 50, the invariable attribute of the divine manifestations. The manifestations of God are infallible. The great infallibility, the manifestations of God are infallible. And that's kind of hard to process if you think of the differences from age to age in acts that you see one manifestation of God do, and then compare that to the acts of a previous or later dispensation
Right.
by a different manifestation of God. Because again, they're all coming from the same place. They have the authority of God. But again, that line being, for the mystery of this utterance is hid within the storehouse of the great infallibility. I just feel like that needs to be pointed out. And then finally, you said, whatever high proofs and wondrous solutions are recounted therein, concern but a single letter, a single point. They all come from the same place. Such hath been the way of God, and no change canst thou find in the way of God. Now, I accept that. I accept that without question. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot here. But
Yes,
what,
you
what
are.
I would bet it wouldn't be hard to find people that don't accept that. No change canst thou find in the way of God. No, things have changed over time and time again. But we're talking about the source,
That's right.
the absolute source. No change. Whatever high proofs and wondrous solutions are recounted herein concern but a single letter, a single point. Such hath been the way of God, and no change canst thou find in the way of God. Okay, I really am finished there.
Well, let me go a little further
Hmm.
because a lot of people would cloud this.
Ah.
They
Hmm.
would cloud this statement because many of them don't believe, because of the way that religions are structured, that my God is your God.
Ah.
So they want to say that a Christian God is not the same as Allah,
Hmm.
or they want to
Good
say that.
point.
So there are many ways that you could cloud this, but when you look at the true source, we all know. I mean, if you're really sentient and you really think about it, there is only one God.
Yes.
And I don't care how much you try to cloud it, okay? Even at that, if you say my God is your God, is not your God or whatever, you know, such hath been the way of God,
Yes.
and no change canst thou find in the way of God. And it doesn't
Absolutely.
matter who you want to claim as God. There's only
Yes.
one.
Yes. Continue, please.
I began this epistle some time ago in thy remembrance, and since thy letter had not reached me then, I began some words of reproach. Now thy new missive hath dispelled that feeling and causeth me to write thee.
Before you
To
continue, okay, for anyone who doesn't have a book to follow along, this is Baha'u'llah now kind of shifting. At first, he's been explaining, the various valleys. Now he's addressing specifically the person to whom he
he
wrote
wrote
this.
this,
Yes, and
yes.
it was a Sufi mystic. This was, once again, for those of you who weren't with us in the beginning, this was revealed in Persian around 1857 in Baghdad to a Sufi mystic. But I'm reading this, and it says, I began this epistle some time ago in thy remembrance. I was thinking of you, so I
Yeah,
decided to write to you. And since thy letter had not reached me then, since you didn't write me back, I mean, that's the way I'm.
yeah, yeah.
I began with some words of reproach.
How dare you not write me back?
I just think it's just one of those little things that demonstrates that human element in the manifestation of God.
Yeah,
They have emotions. They get sick. Physically, like everyone else, they die. And this is to me is just a little glimpse of, hey, I got feelings.
yeah.
I wrote you a letter. You didn't write me back. And so my thought about starting out,
Well, if you recall in the beginning, he felt that that the individual that he wrote it to may have had some misgivings about writing him back because
yes.
they were on different social levels
Ah,
and they
good
were on.
point. Very good point.
So and he
Okay.
was afraid that this might challenge whatever beliefs he may have had
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in the beginning.
yeah. And now the new missive hath dispelled that feeling. I got over it. So
Yeah,
I'm writing you.
yeah. Okay. To speak of my love for thine eminence is needless. God is a sufficient witness. For his eminence, Sheikh Mohammed, may God the exalted bless him, I shall confine myself to the two following verses, which I request be delivered to him. I seek thy nearness, dearer than sweet heaven. I see thy visage, fairer than paradise bowers. When I entrusted this message of love to my pen, it refused the burden and it swooned away. Then, coming to itself, it spoke and said, Glory be to thee. To thee do I turn in penitence, and I am the first of them that believe. Praise be to God, the Lord of the worlds. Let us tell some other day this parting hurt and woe. Let us write some other way, love's secrets better so. Leave the blood and noise and all of these, and say no more of Sham-e Tabriz. Shams-e Tabriz.
I think we need to point out what that is. There's a um,
That's footnote.
Yeah, a little footnote at the bottom there. It says Shamsi Tabriz is the Sufi who exerted a powerful influence on Jalaluddin Rumi. Most people just know that
Him
person
as
as the
the
poet
Rumi.
Rumi,
Yeah.
yes, diverting his attention from science to mysticism. And if you have not read any of the works of Rumi, please give yourself the pleasure of doing so. I mean, they pretty much permeated Western society now, but I don't think it's given the same attention that Western writers are given.
Sure.
Okay, but a great part of Rumi's works are dedicated to him. Okay, Shamsi Tabriz. And these lines are from the Mathnavi, and I actually had to look up Mathnavi some time back, but it's a collection of works of Rumi. So anyway, just wanted to point that out because he says, leave blood and noise of all of these and say no more as Shamsi Tabriz. I thought maybe we need to point out exactly what that's a reference to.
So before we finish, let's do a song.
Before we finish, we
We
got three.
we got
Okay,
one, two paragraphs, and
okay, we'll do a
I'll
song.
let you read them even.
My cord is in the way here. One moment, please.
Excuse me. People get ready. There's a train coming. Don't need no baggage. You just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. Don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. People get ready for the train to Jordan. It's picking up passengers coast to coast. Faith is the key. Open the doors and board 'em. There's room for all among those love the most. Oh, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, oh, I believe, I believe, I believe, I do believe. There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner who would hurt all mankind just to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances grow thinner. There's no hiding place against the kingdom's throne. Oh, I believe, I believe, I believe, I do believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, I do believe. Mm, People get ready. There's a train a coming, picking up passengers coast to coast. Faith is sinking with the doors and boredom. There's hope for all among those love the most. Oh, I believe, I believe, I believe. Oh, I do I believe, I believe, I do believe.
There's a train a coming.
Train's coming. Thank you. All right.
And now to finish the text of the seven valleys and the four valleys. I'm going to start with that again, that poetic section that you read. Let
Okay.
us tell some other day this parting hurt and woe. Let us write some other way love's secrets, better so. Leave blood and noise in all of these, and say no more of Shamsi Tabriz. Peace be unto thee, and upon those who circle around thee and attain thy meeting. You know what? That's a song.
Yeah, it is.
Peace be unto thee, and upon those who circle around thee and attain thy meeting. What I had written ere this hath been eaten. Oh wow, I'm mutilating that. What I had been written ere this, meaning before this, what I had written ere this hath been eaten by the flies, so sweet was the ink. As Sadi saith, I shall forbear from writing any longer, for my sweet words have drawn the flies about me. And now the hand can write no more, and pleadeth that this is enough. Wherefore do I say, far be the glory of thy Lord, the Lord of all greatness, from what they affirm of him. I'm going to read that again. Wherefore do I say, far be the glory of thy Lord, of thy Lord, the Lord of all greatness, from what they affirm of him.
And that's from the Quran.
That's from the Quran, and it's saying, no matter what you think of God, no matter how glorious you may think God is, it's even more so. Far be the glory of thy Lord, the glory. I mean, the Lord of all greatness. I keep mutilating because I just think it's just such a beautiful passage. Far be the glory of thy Lord, the Lord of all greatness, from what they affirm of him. And with that, we have completed the
The
seven
seven valleys
valleys
and the
and
four
the four
valleys.
valleys. And with that being said, at this time, we always like to have a time when we can have anyone who would like to offer up a prayer or a reading of your choosing. This is that time. And we, as always, we always like to begin first with our Andy Murphy moment in our Zoom, and then we'll open it up for anyone else. And that's if Andy has a song for us. Do you have something for us today, Andy?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, there's a question. One moment. Yes. Okay. We have, first of all, tell us your name, please. Again, please.
Roya.
Roya. Yes, it is. Well, we have a question here. And I don't think we have enough time to answer it here at this time. But the question is, what's your response to someone who says that what we would call the manifestation of God, they may say their God, uh, is the only one, you know, there's no connection with any other and so forth. Obviously, not the Baha'i perspective.
Right.
Okay. And I think a lot of it depends on, uh, I don't even want to say the seeker, but the other person.
Yeah.
There are those that unfortunately just aren't ready.
And I want to have that discussion. Can we, like, table that until after we're
because
done
this is
here?
something that
Because I
definitely
really
needs to
want to
be
have that
fleshed
discussion with
out.
you.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And we're
Thank
going
you
to do
for the
some talking
question.
once we finish our the program here. But
Thank you
thank you
for the
for
question.
asking that.
Yes.
And now, Andy, do you have something to share with us?
Yes, but
Please do so.
because of that question, I just want to add that I have a lot to say about that. That uh, I have an answer. I have an answer. I have an answer. Although I will only say this: I don't know that it would satisfy the heart of somebody and the mind of somebody who's made up their mind about
Yes.
one particular thing. But at least I have something which, if a soul is more in love with God than they are their own ideas, it could at least jiggle the foundations of that false belief.
Hmm. Okay.
But for right now, I maybe I'll write a song about that.
I think that would be a good idea.
So here, I'll do the one I had planned to do. Were you able to hear what I just played?
Yes.
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 All right.
Yes. 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 Mhm.
Yamaha, ya la la, Yamaha, ya
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to share?
Yes, give me a minute. Praise be to thee, O Lord my God. I implore thee by thy name that has caused to surge within every drop the oceans of thy loving kindness and mercy, and to shine within every atom the luminaries of thy bountiful blessings and favors. I implore thee to adorn every soul with the ornament of thy love, that none may remain on thine earth who hath not turned towards thee, or hath failed to detach himself from all except thyself. Thou hast verily, O my God, suffered him who is the manifestation of thine own self to be afflicted with all manners of adversity, in order that thy servants may ascend into the pinnacle of thy gracious favor, and attain unto that which thou hast through thy providence and tender mercies ordained for them in the tablets of thine irrevocable decree. The glory of thy might beareth me witness, were they that every moment of their lives to offer up themselves as a sacrifice on thy path, they would have still done but little in comparison with the manifold bestowals vouchsafed unto them by thee. Grant, therefore, I beseech thee, that their hearts may be inclined towards thee, that their faces may be turned in the direction of thy good pleasure. Powerful art thou to do what thou wouldst. No God deserve it thee, the inaccessible, the all glorious, the ever forgiving. Deign then to accept, O my God, from thy servant the things which he hath shown forth in his love for thee. Fortify him then, that he may cling to the most exalted word, and to unloose his tongue to celebrate thy praise. Cause him to be gathered unto such of thy people as are nigh unto thee. Thou art he within whose grasp is the empire of all things. There is no other God but thee, the Almighty, the help in peril, the all glorious, the unconstrained. That's from Baha'u'llah.
Thank you very much, Terry. Is there anyone else who would like to share?
Yes.
Please. Allow up.
Allow it.
هو لبها ای جمال لبها ای حضرت کبریا این سرگشتگان گمگشتگان کوی توان و سودایان روی تو عنایتی فرما تا بلوغ جلوگاه روی تو گردد و صدور آتشکده های پرسوز انوار اسرار بر سرائر بتابد و پرتوی بینش بر بصائر زند عین
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to share?
I'd like to share a prayer for unity, human unity.
Please, Pauline.
My God, whom I worship and adore, I bear witness unto thy unity and thy oneness, and acknowledge thy gifts, both in the past and in the present. Thou art the all-bountiful, the overflowing showers of whose mercy have rained down upon high and low alike, and the splendors of whose grace have been shed over both the obedient and the rebellious. O God of mercy, before whose door the quintessence of mercy hath bowed down, and round the sanctuary of whose cause loving kindness in its inmost spirit hath circled, we beseech thee, entreating thine ancient grace, and seeking thy present favor, that thou mayest have mercy upon all who are the manifestations of the world of being, and deny them not the outpourings of thy grace in thy days. All are but poor and needy, and thou verily art the all-possessing, the all-subduing, the all-powerful. Baha'u'llah.
Thank you so much, Pauline. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to share? Anyone?
I have a question.
You have a question. Yes, Andy. What is the question?
What book are we going to start next week?
I wish you had not asked that question.
We haven't discussed it yet, Andy.
We've touched on a couple of possibilities, but we haven't reached an absolute decision yet. So between now and next week, we will know, and you will know. I have my own. I don't know. Because, see, I'll admit, I have a real special, strong feeling for the Katabi Igan, but also some answered questions. And it's hard, and so maybe we'll just, no, that wouldn't be a good way to, maybe flip a coin. I'm not sure, but we're going to discuss it, and it may end up being neither of those. But those are the two that I personally am drawn to. Yes, Pauline.
You've probably done this before, and I wish I had been following the series more closely. Have you gone through the Book of Gleanings?
We have
Have
not.
not.
We have not. And actually, that has crossed my mind a couple of times. I know we have a couple of local groups that are actually studying gleanings. Um, and that did cross my mind because gleanings obviously is gleanings from all of Baha'u'llah's writings,
Right.
you know. And I guess you could say it an overview of, I don't know, that's probably not the right word. But
Yeah.
okay, an overview of the writings if you really want to get a kind of complete view of the variety of topics that Baha'u'llah's writings covered. Gleanings is the book, and so we'll take that under consideration as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Anyone else have anything you'd like to say before? Well, before I even finish the statement, I just said, well, if you do, well, too bad. We only have so much time. No, no. Does anyone else have anything else they'd like to offer before we continue? Well, then. Oh, David, did
Yes.
you have a prayer you wanted to share? Please. And for the benefit of our Zoom audience, yes, please do speak on the mic.
O thou kind Lord, thou hast created all humanity from the same stock. Thou hast decreed that all shall belong to the same household. In thy holy presence they are all thy servants, and all mankind are sheltered beneath thy tabernacle. All have gathered together at thy table of bounty. All are illumined through the light of thy providence. O God, thou art kind to all. Thou hast provided for all, dost shelter all, conferrest life upon all. Thou hast endowed each and all with talents and faculties, and all are submerged in the ocean of thy mercy. O thou kind Lord, unite all. Let the religions agree, and make the nations one, so that they may see each other as one family, and the whole earth as one home. May they all live together in perfect harmony. O God, raise aloft the banner of the oneness of mankind. O God, establish the most great peace. Cement thou, O God, the hearts together. O thou kind Father, God, gladden our hearts through the fragrance of thy love. Brighten our eyes through the light of thy guidance. Delight our ears with the melody of thy word, and shelter us all in the stronghold of thy providence. Thou art the mighty and powerful. Thou art the forgiving, and thou art the one who overlooketh the shortcomings of all mankind. Abdul Baha.
Thank you, David.
All right.
Well, now, as we always like to point out, this is a joint community effort, different people who are all a part of the program. And if you even choose to simply be a part of our Zoom or Facebook, we like to think of you as being a part of the program as well. But we have other people like Jeremiah, who handles the tech stuff, and Mike, who comes and, for the folks that attend, is so kind as to um, prepare a brunch for us. So if we're rushing, it's because we're hungry. Um, no, but again, we'd always like to say thank you to everyone who uh, finds value in this program, whether it be again here live or through streaming or whatever. We appreciate your support and your participation. And we always like to point out that if you are a member of the faith of a Baha'i faith, or a seeker who would like to know more about the Baha'i uh, writings or about the Baha'i faith, there are some very dependable, credible sources you can go to. We always like to emphasize the ones online because obviously everyone has easier access to them. And what might those sources be, Daryl?
They might be www.baha'i.us, www.baha'i.org, www.bahaiteachings.org, or www.clearwaterbaha'is.org.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Hi, Brenda. How you doing? Glad you're here. And who is that? And Julian. Hello. How are you? Glad you're here. Yes. And I don't know what else. Is that it?
Well, what I'd like to tell people is what I tell them every week. If you happen to be one of those people in this world who is loved, you are truly, truly, truly blessed.
Yes.
The one thing that you can do to improve conditions in the world, and I guarantee you this will happen, is share that love. If you
Absolutely.
share that love, it's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to, make things worse in your life. It can only serve to make it better. So please, 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 did I say please? Share the love. Thank you all for joining us.
O people of justice, be as brilliant as the light, and as splendid as the fire that blazed in the burning bush. The brightness of the fire of your love will no doubt fuse and unify the contending peoples and kindreds of the earth, whilst the fierceness of the flame of enmity and hatred cannot but result in strife and ruin. We beseech God that he may shield his creatures from the evil designs of his enemies. He verily hath power over all things. Let your vision be world embracing. Let your vision be world embracing. Let your vision be world embracing. Let it be world embracing. Let it be world embracing. Let your vision be world embracing. Let it be world embracing. Watch over yourselves, for the evil one is lying in wait, ready to entrap you. Gird yourselves against his wicked devices, and led by the light of the name of the all-seeing God, make your escape from the darkness that surroundeth you. Let your vision be world embracing, rather than confined to your own self. These are the words of Baha'u'llah. Let it be world embracing. Let your vision be world embracing. Let your vision be world embracing. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be world embracing. World embracing. World embracing. Allow up high, everyone.
Hello.
Enjoy your week. We hope to see you back here